Welcome everyone. My name is Jody Soper. I am an independent market partner and founder with Monate, and we're here for another edition of Founder Chat. And today we're with founder Julie Lucky, who is from Texas. And again, these founder chats are always a series of interviews with independent market partners and founders. They're done by the field, for the field, and I can't wait to just jump in. So welcome, Julie. Thanks so much for being here today and just share a little bit about your story.
Well, thank you, Jody, and I appreciate you so much for having me on, and I'm so happy to share with everyone just exactly how my life was before Monate. I have always been a stay-at-home mom. I have a teaching degree, and I've been homeschooling my kids for the past 5 years. And, so we had one income, and so, it most definitely has been a sacrifice living with one income. And so I had been looking for a way to make a full-time income without, and to continue doing what I'm currently doing, which is homeschooling and doing what I love to do. And I was looking for a way to make a full-time income without having to change that. And I knew I didn't want to go back to teaching. I knew that I'm not really cut out to be an employee necessarily. I've always, been entrepreneurial in spirit, so to speak. And so I was looking, and we had a ton of debt, retirement. Those were always questions in the back of our head. What are we going to do for retirement? My husband, if he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid, and so those questions were just rolling in our minds. We were looking for solutions.
No matter what, how many people live paycheck to paycheck, and it's it's when you go to bed at night in those quiet moments where you're laying there, you're like, oh man, gosh, it's that. So that leads us to, you were looking. So how were you introduced to Monate?
I actually saw it on Facebook. I, saw someone post about it, and it piqued my interest, and I was like, shampoo, this is really interesting. And so I actually called the company, and they gave me a name. There was no one in my area, in the Dallas area, and Sarah Lunsford out of Whitehall, Arkansas, introduced me to it. And, she sent me some product, and of course I was waiting for the mailman, just couldn't wait for him to arrive so I could try the product, because I knew I was going to immediately sign up once I saw that it was a great product, because, I knew that it needed to be a outstanding product in order to build a business, the kind of business I was looking to build. And so tried the product, immediately ran straight upstairs, signed up, and that's how it started. And I will.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
you
go ahead.
ran upstairs,
yeah,
the product, you washed your hair, and it was like, get me to a computer.
I couldn't wait. I mean, I was literally running. Like, I was looking for the mailman outside. I couldn't wait to get my hands on it so I could go sign up, because I was so tempted to sign up without trying it.
Oh, that's fine. I ended up without trying it, and I called my upline. I said, "Can you overnight me a sample pack?" I'm like, everybody washes their hair, but I wanted to make sure. But yeah, so you obviously you saw it, you got it right away, and you went running apparently for your computer. So
yes, yes.
I mean, from the point of your first shampoo to sign up, we're talking minutes, not days.
Yeah, literally.
That's amazing. So what was the number one thing you did in your first month that you think, so once you got it, you signed up, what do you think really helped you in that first, fast start period, or that first month?
Well, I will say that, I did sign up immediately, and I knew I was looking for it, and, I started using the product right away. But just for those that, I actually missed my whole fast start period, and I can explain why. So this is hope for anyone who maybe got off to a slow start, in the sense I got off to a fast start as in seeing it, but then I, was still researching, because it was right. I think I signed up on October the 8th, and it wasn't until I met. Do what now?
That's the same day I signed up. So
Oh, really?
Oh, crazy. We're sign-up sisters now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh.
So actually, just to give you a little bit more, I met Teresa Epps. They came to Dallas, and that kind of built my belief. And then I immediately made my decision and started contacting people. But at that point, I'd already been signed up about a month. But I was, I believed in it. I didn't care if it took me 6 months to sign up one person. it wasn't going to stop me. And so what really happened is they did this road show back in December. The company did, and they went to Dallas and then Chicago and then New York City, and that's just where I saw it. And I had not even signed up my first person yet. And from that point, at the end of December, I hit managing market partner. And from that point, it's just, I think, being consistent, just sharing with people every single day. And, I knew exactly the type of people I was looking for. And so my second person that signed up was Michelle Masters in Monroe, Louisiana, and I just ran with her and, just helped her move through the ranks. And so, I would say that it's all about, focusing on other people and helping them become successful.
Awesome.
That was my.
So, any mistakes, and I know, you made Founder fairly quickly, even with a slow start. You made, from the point you made your decision to do this, you moved fairly quickly. But any mistakes?
Oh, yeah.
Whoops, that seemed like a good idea, but it didn't really work. Or I wish I would have maybe done that different. Anything that happens mistake-wise that somebody could learn from?
I would say that overall, I led with the product and not the business in the beginning. And, it's kind of at a point where if you lead with the product, then if they're not open to it, then you almost don't have anywhere to go. But if you lead with the business first, then, and that's not a fit for them, or they're not looking for anything at this time, then you can always default to the product. And so I would definitely say lead with the business, and that's something that I didn't do in the beginning.
Awesome. Good advice there. So what is your favorite product? I mean, we've got 9 products, but do you have one or two that are you're like, I love this product?
Well, it seems like that changes every month. They're just all so amazing. I'm like a kid. You change color. Your favorite color changes every month, But really the oil. I mean, that just using that oil on the scalp, and just the vitamins that are in it. I mean, I would say the Rejuvenate oil. I'm just in love with it, and I'd love to bathe in it.
I put it in my bath. Yeah. Do you put some drops of it in your bath?
I put it in. I do put it in my body lotion.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I haven't tried the bath though.
That's a
yes.
Yeah. Could you imagine? I wonder how many tubes of Rejuvenate oil it would take to fill a bathtub.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, let's get the home office.
One day I might try it.
Yeah, right. Maybe we get the home office to do that. So let me ask you: a lot of times when people say, run into you, Julie, especially with the 4th of July coming up, it's where a lot of people run into people they haven't seen, friends, family, all these things. When this weekend, when you're celebrating the 4th of July, wherever you are, what do you find is your favorite response? And people say, hey, Julie, what are you up to? Or, oh, hey, I saw your Facebook post about Monet. What is that? Do you have a favorite go-to?
When people ask me that, a lot of times I will say, I help people get their life back. Whether it's their finances or whether they're looking to have great hair. I've been involved with launching this new company and just super excited. Became a founder, within 4 months, and I'm helping other people, whether it's to get out of debt or whether it's to build a residual income. I've been helping people do that, and it's just been so exciting. I kind of say something like that. It really just kind of depends on the person and who I'm talking to, but those are some of my favorite, I would say my favorite ways to respond. I help people get their life back. That kind of gets people's attention.
They're like, what do you mean by that? That's great. It leads them to asking more, and and giving you an opportunity to learn more about other people, which is so fascinating. So any 2 tips? So we've got maybe a market partner, and you had a great advice on it doesn't matter how you start in Monet, it's pretty much when you make a decision. But any tips that you have? So somebody might be a market partner who signed up yesterday, or somebody who signed up the same day we did, October 8th. Any 2 tips that you would give to any market partner?
Really, the main thing is knowing your why, learning how to tell your story, like where you were before you started, what you did, and then where you're going. And, because people really relate to stories, and they can see themselves in the picture, and just learning how to paint that picture for people, as to where you're going. And and I would say another thing is to do what your sponsor says, being teachable, attending events, building your belief level, all those things are important, that's going to build a solid foundation, even just with your belief level, when people can look in your eyes and, see just if you really believe what you're saying. And a lot of that's built through, going to events, talking to different people, because that's really what happened with me. I built my belief level just by, meeting Teresa Epps, and then I met the Urdaneta family, and that was just it, so attending conferences, those type things, highly, highly important.
Yeah, exactly. I put on a post on my Facebook page. I just listed some people. This was on the night month close of who promoted, and then it dawned on me. Literally, I'm mowing my lawn today, and it's where you get like these moments where all of a sudden you think of something when you're at the oddest time. And I went, holy moly! All those people who promoted that I mentioned were actually at the Grand Rapids Now conference. And I'm like, so when people do show up, they go up. I mean, it's a true fact. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and mention that, because it was cool just to see when you do get plugged in, and what you were talking about when you showed up and you started out so slow in this business, and you went to an event and you talked with your regional sales manager and you met the family, things just from that point changed, correct?
That's correct. And I will say I've observed the same thing with the Grand Rapids event. The people that were there, their numbers and their promotions, just went through the roof. And so, yeah, I mean, it really is all about belief. I bottom of my heart, I think that's the bottom line with this whole thing, is just, what do you believe? And just being able to express that to other people. And that's what they buy into, is your belief, and and your enthusiasm about what you have your hands on.
Absolutely. You're so right. You are so right. I always ask people their favorite quote, and I love this one by John Maxwell. It says, your attitude more than your aptitude will determine your altitude. How did that come out to be one of your favorite quotes? Is this something that you've experienced yourself, or, tell me a little bit more.
I actually read a book that's called The Difference Maker that he wrote, and and when I look at things, and when we're achieving goals, attitude is that's the one thing you can't control. We can't control what other people do, but we can control how we respond to it. And I also made an observation that there's never really been any successful people that had a bad attitude, So, and it's just it seems so simple, but it just really dawned on me. And and I would, I think taking a look at what you're thinking, that, and then your language, what you're saying, a lot of times that will give you tips on what's going on, inside, because a lot of this is mental. It's not that anybody, can't do this business or whatever it is we're trying to achieve. It's all in your minds, and attitude plays a big role in that. And so that's what's been key to me, I think, is because we're always going to have ups and downs, and just staying stable, seeing the glass is half full instead of half empty. I mean, I think that's the ticket right there.
Oh, great.
I don't know about you, but
it's true. It is. If you're just, it's how you see that, because that energy and that vibration is going to be felt by other people around you. So it doesn't even really matter what you might say. You might say the most amazing speech in the whole world, but if you just don't feel it inside, or there's a miss, you're going to go, I don't know why people aren't responding positively. And you take a look at that. So now you've achieved founder, and actually congratulations. You've actually got a step above that last month into managing market mentor, and I'm super proud of you and what you've built, and you've got an incredible team. What has that done? Anything different in your life today? Any less stress? Have you been able to take a vacation? Tell me what your life might look like today, because, you said yes to Monet.
Yeah, it has been just absolutely life-changing on many levels. Not only have I been able to see other people rest easier at night because of the income that they're earning, it's just opened up more choices for them. So that's been a huge joy for me. But then also just on a personal level, normally, I said earlier in the call, my husband, if he doesn't work, he doesn't get paid. And so vacations have always been a problem in a sense. And so now, like we did take a vacation, and we weren't worried about whether we had the proper funds for when we got back for doing so, because he missed work. And so that's one thing. And we've paid off $8,500 worth of debt in the past 2 months. So that's exciting.
Absolutely.
And the whole cool thing is just I'm still doing what I did before Monate, except I have a full-time income. And I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely not. You know, and people can do the vacations because those are those moments when you have kids where you create memories. And I always tell my kids, long after I'm gone, you're going to remember the crazy moments on vacation because they get them away from their friends and their other peer groups.
Mm-hmm.
They just have each other, and when they're in their 40s and 50s, they're going to go, you remember that one time when we were in XYZ and mom did this, or when we fought, and that's, to be able to make memory makers through Monet. That is so powerful.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Final words. So if somebody comes across this on YouTube, or maybe a friend of theirs says, you're a stay-at-home mom, or you homeschool your kids, or somebody just trips over this on YouTube, what would you say to that person that was looking at Monet to see if this might be a fit for them?
I would say that, if this can be a solution, as far as giving more choices in life. And so if, I believe if someone is frustrated with the way things are currently, whether it's they have no plan to get out of debt, or they have no retirement, or maybe they hate their job, maybe they don't see their family, if those are issues and there's no solution, then, if something doesn't change, then, it will be the same situation 5 years from now. And so I guess my question would be, what's your plan, if you don't do something different? And so with a brand new company like this and the opportunity to still become a founder, I would definitely highly recommend, looking into this and, making a decision on whether this is something that could be a solution for those issues, because we've definitely seen that take place, lives change because of it.
Apps over and over again, which is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Julie, thank you so much. I know we're coming into the holiday weekend, and you took some time to share your story, to empower others. And I truly appreciate, and I have so much respect for you. You are an amazing lady doing amazing things. And anyone who, again, listened to this, if somebody decided that you should take a look at this, go back and just hug them for that, because they honestly cared about you, and let them know that you listened to this. And if you have any questions, you always know you can go to the Monet website. But we're so glad that you were here to take a listen to Julie and the amazing things that Monet has done in her life. So, Julie, thank you so much. Everyone, have a great day.